YouTubers, family and friends. I'm out at my north property, 5 hectares in northwestern Mindanao, about 2 or 3 kilometers away from my house. And it's what I've been doing. If you guys have been watching my videos, I've been clearing the jungle here for pasture land for starting a herd of cattle and goats. There's my one cow. She's I think pregnant, but we won't know here for a few more months for sure. But anyways, got some real sad news this morning. Come here early this morning, walked here like I do every morning to feed the goats and the cow, and I got up just across the creek here, and right here a goat, one of the goats were dead, laying here next to the river. So I didn't hear any of the other goats, so I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't even hear the other ones. They're probably dead too. And so I come up the hill right here, and then there's the second goat was dead here, the other baby. This was, the first one was one of the babies, the second one was one of the babies. It's like 20 feet away, 30 feet away. Then I started looking around for the mother, and I gazed down here near the river, and there was the mother dead too. So after, all this thoughts running through your mind, oh my God, my little baby goats and my goats are dead. I've been feeding them, treating them like children here for months, right? So it hurts. So I start trying to clear my head, thinking, how in the heck did this happen? Who would want to come kill these goats? So right away I was thinking, well, maybe someone has a grudge against me. But then I went up the mountain where I had the cow. I actually had her up in here, and she was fine. Because see, I moved her down here now, so that she was fine. So I'm thinking, well, if someone had a grudge against me or something, they'd kill all my animals, or at least take the cow, steal it, right? Because it's really valuable compared to the little goats. So when I started looking at the bodies of the goats, and then I saw my neighbor that moves the cows that graze on the other side of the property, my neighbor's property land, right? And I see him, so I wave him over and I show him the dead goats, and he can't speak English. So we're looking at the goats a little bit, and then I went to see if Rosie the cow was okay. So then he took off. Then I started looking at the goats, and as you can see here, I have a fire going, and everything's so wet, guys. Everything's just soaking wet to the bone, and I had 2 gallons. I had a gallon of gas mixed with oil, and I had some white gas, and I soaked this pile here and put the goats on there. 2 of them anyways, the 2 babies are in there. If you guys can, I don't know if you can see, but I told some of the neighbors if they wanted to butcher the mother, because it's pretty big, so they came and got her. But see, there's one of the hooves of one of the babies right there, and there's the legs. So it's pretty gruesome, and there's the head of one in there, if you guys can see it. Poor little goats. So I tried to burn best I could, try to incinerate them, because you can't really dig around here because there's so many rocks and it's so shallow of diggable. I could dig out in there, but that's the land of the neighbor, and I don't want to dig in his property and bury my goats. So I'll just keep trying to burn this pile as it gets warmer, and within a few weeks, hopefully it gets dry enough where I can burn the rest of the way those carcasses. But it's a sad deal. So I'm thinking, what is going on? Who or what would do this? There's no predators, even deep in the jungle in Mindanao that I'm in. There's no predators known that people know of, right? Not to say that there isn't any. I'm just saying, as far as all the Filipino neighbors know, there's no predators in the Philippines. So I'm thinking, what the heck could have done it? And then so I start looking at the bodies of the goats, and I'm thinking, looking for a bullet hole or stab wounds from a knife or anything. And all I can find is small punctures, fairly small puncture wounds on all the necks and the heads and the legs. Nothing in the body. And there's no torn skin other than where the puncture wounds are. There's a small tear here and there, but nothing big. So the only thing that looks like to me, if you guys have any other ideas, please put it in the comments. I really would like to have any other alternate ideas of what I'm thinking of is dogs. Dogs is the only thing I can think of, and the dogs here in the Philippines are not really big dogs, and it looks like smaller teeth punctures, and especially being on the legs and the head and the neck only, right? So I'm almost positive that it was like maybe 2 or 3 dogs. You know, all my life growing up in the woods of northern Minnesota in the U.S., I've seen dogs kill stuff, and 9 times out of 10, or the majority of the time, dogs don't go alone and kill. They get into a pack of 2 or more, just like wolves or coyotes do. Dogs are the same way. The only thing is, with predators like coyotes and wolves, they'll kill to eat the meat, right? Well, dogs don't, unless they're super hungry, and most dogs aren't that super hungry in the Philippines that I've seen. And so these dogs are well fed already. So it's probably one of the neighbors that's near here, 2 or 3 dogs that run together. And I've seen a couple run together that I've already talked to that owner of the land, not this land here, but the land on the trail that I come in on way up the hill. There's a piggery over here to the left through the woods, and then there's all this land, and then there's a house up here that the owner owns all this land. It's about 80 hectares he owns, and it's a huge chunk. Or maybe it's 60 hectares, something like that. And then so the neighbor that has a big house, it's just the first one up by the road. I've seen a dog that looks like his dog down here before, but only one alone, never 2 together, or more than 2 together, or never more than 1 together, I mean. So I don't know. So at this point, I mean, it could be some dogs that came in from down the mountain, because there's people that live over, I mean, they're way over there though. But you never know. There's, according to the guys I talked to at the piggery over here, they see dogs around the piggery walking around stray dogs all the time. So there you go. See, so all I can do is, and it was perfect. This is the perfect property, and the goats are so happy here. It was my third most happy moment in a day, is to see the goats here and the little babies prancing around, their head butting each other all the time, and having such an unbelievably happy and wonderful life here. They would jump up on the logs and up on these rocks here. The goats would jump up on these high rocks, and they just absolutely loved it here. And now they're all dead. I'm just heartbroken. You know, you try to find a glimmer of happiness in the world, and there's so much bad stuff going on, and then you get some evil entity that comes and just crushes it, crushes the happiness, crushes the life out of something that's near to you, and then crushes your heart. That's what's in this world today. And this is just another example and continuation of that. You know, just trying to make a good life here in the Philippines, and you know, caring, you know, tending the garden that God gave us, and you know, making pasture for animals, and then these dogs come and kill them all. So, and if it's anything other than dogs, it possibly could, but all the evidence right now is, you know, the small puncture wounds all over the neck, the head, and the legs. So I didn't see tracks or blood, because by the time I got here, it happened sometime yesterday afternoon. I had came yesterday morning, and then sometime just by the bloating of the goats' bodies, I could tell it was like approximately 18 hours since the goats were dead. So, and all last night it poured rain. We got about another 3 to 4 inches of rain last night. So as you can see, this river was half this yesterday. So yeah, so any evidence of tracks and blood were all gone by the time I got here. So obviously the goats, they must have just bled out from the wounds, or they might have gotten their necks snapped by the dogs. You know how dogs, when they grab the neck of something, they'll shake, and when they shake, it snaps the neck of their prey or whoever they're fighting. I had a dog, my dog Rosie, that passed away here last year. In her fighting days, she killed like 8 other dogs, and that's what she would do. She'd go for the jugular, go for the neck, and she would shake and just snap their necks a lot of times. So I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, it's discouraging, but that's what you got when you have to deal with the wilderness area. Just like the old Oregon Trail in the United States, when all the pilgrims were going through the wilderness, they had to deal with Indians trying to kill them. They had to deal with bears and wolves trying to kill them. They had to deal with diseases killing them, or just getting injured, and no doctors around, or no one that knew how to fix injuries. So yeah. So this is what I'm dealing with here, and it was perfect for goats. Not only the layout of the land for them to play on, but also this water's a natural barrier, right? I got a stream like this to the north. I got a stream like this to the south, and it's only to the east at the top of the mountain that there's no river, right? So they won't go over a river or a stream. Goats won't. They hate rain. So every time it would rain, the goats would run up to the house there and get under the roof. That's what they did every single time it started to rain, and then when it stopped, they'd come out and eat. So what I'm gonna my plan is, They were what you call native goats. They're very small goats, right? Even the mother was very small. And of course the babies were small, even though they were 6 months old or more. I'm gonna buy these stout, I don't know what the breed is, but they're like 3 to 4 times bigger than the goats I had. And I'll make sure to get a billy goat. Because see, my goats I had here was just a nanny mother and 2 babies. So they never had a billy goat to help protect them. Where if I would have had a billy goat here with them, they might have had a chance to survive, or at least maybe one of them would have survived. I don't know. So that's my plan next time, is I'll have some billy goats. I'm probably going to get 2 billy goats to start out with, just to see how it works for a year, just with billy goats, and then I'll introduce a nanny after them being here a year, and then we'll see how it works out if the billy goats survive. So because I can't be here all day long. I can only be here, a couple hours in the morning, and then sometimes a couple hours in the afternoon. But usually when the weather's so bad, I don't even come down here in the afternoon, because I don't like working in the rain, chainsaws and brush cutters and stuff. So as it is, I've been working with my machete. I carry this machete on me right here, and that's what I've been cutting the jungle with for the last few months. When I come in the morning, I'll clear out a new area for the cow to graze through in the jungle. There's a lot of that grass and some of the leaves and even the bark of some trees the cow likes, which is weird, but that's true. So anyways, I'll let you guys go. Just sorry to bring you harsh news, but just telling you some of the things I'm dealing with from my homestead here, trying to make new pasture land through the jungle, and some of the things I'm dealing with. And so I really didn't think that dogs would kill goats, but obviously from the evidence, that is what killed the goats. Now, I don't think it's any aliens or anything like that, but in this crazy world right now, with what's going on, with what I see in the news and on YouTube and everything, who knows? I'm open to so many suggestions. So please, in the comments, I'd appreciate you guys, if you have any other ideas other than dogs from what the evidence I've showed you. And I know for sure it wasn't just, okay, a flash flood came and they died in a flood, because one of the goats was way up here on a drier land, right? Way up here, way up above the embankment. So, and with all the evidence of the cuts in the neck and the head and the legs, yeah, I'm sure they went through hell. I'm just so, I wish I would have been here and caught those dogs, if that's what it was. There's nothing I can do about it now. Just move on and move forward. That's all we got to do, guys, whenever we have harsh challenges like this in our lives. So I love you all. God bless. And keep your powder dry, meaning prepare. Stock up with for whatever you might need in the future, Lord, because you never know. Just one day you can't get any of it. So what I've been trying to be doing here out in the jungle, my thing that I found that's the best bet is order from Lazada, and I can also get Amazon here, and I'm way out the heck out in the jungle, guys. So if with the free shipping on deals through right to your doorstep deliveries is way better than me being way out in the jungle and driving all around trying to find something in the towns or the villages around where I live. It's a waste of time and a waste of money. So your best bet, even if you get delivered a wrong item, I suggest that you open the item and inspect it for damage and stuff before you pay them. You're not supposed to do it, but it's the only right thing to do. So do it right in front of their face and then pay them if it looks good to you. So that's just another tip that I got for you guys. So take care. Love you guys and God bless. Bye-bye.